Outside the High Court, crowds had gathered before sunrise. Supporters, critics, journalists, political analysts, vendors selling newspapers with bold black headlines. Inside the courtroom, tension hung thick in the air. On one side sat Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of the republic in this fictional scenario, composed, yet visibly strained. Years of leadership through crises had taught him how to mask emotion, but today was different. Today, the judgment was personal. Across from him sat Nomvula Mokonyane. Once a powerful political force, she now carried the scars of public controversy, investigations, and what she described as systematic political isolation that shattered her career and personal stability. Monkonyane's legal team argued that actions taken at the highest level of government had unfairly targeted her, leading to devastating consequences. Loss of public trust. Removal from key leadership roles. Emotional and psychological distress. Financial hardship. Irreversible damage to her reputation. Her lawyers painted a picture of a political struggle that crossed the line into personal destruction. They claimed decisions made within executive corridors, decisions allegedly influenced or endorsed by the president, directly contributed to the collapse of her public image and livelihood. The president's legal team countered firmly. They argued that governance requires accountability, that leadership decisions are often difficult, and that no individual is above scrutiny. The courtroom became a battlefield of legal precision and political undertones. The ruling stretched nearly 2 hours. Each word felt heavy, deliberate. The court found that due process had been compromised in certain executive actions. The judgment stated that while leadership requires difficult decisions, procedural fairness must never be sacrificed. The court orders the respondent to compensate the applicant in the amount of 50 million rand for damages sustained. Reporters rushed out of the courtroom. Phones rang endlessly. Social media platforms exploded within seconds. Outside, the crowd split into two. Some chanting justice. Others shouting political warfare. In Johannesburg, traders paused as the news flashed across giant screens. In Cape Town, members of parliament huddled in emergency meetings. Political commentators called it one of the most dramatic fictional rulings in democratic South Africa's history. Some argued it was a victory for accountability, proof that even the highest office could face consequences. Others warned it would destabilize leadership and deepen fractures within the ruling party. Markets reacted nervously. The rand fluctuated. International media picked up the story within hours. As cameras flashed, Ramaphosa rose slowly from his seat. In this fictional portrayal, he did not speak immediately. He adjusted his jacket, shook hands with his legal team, and walked out of the courtroom with measured dignity. Hours later, he addressed the nation. Leadership demands resilience. While I respectfully disagree with aspects of the ruling, I will uphold the Constitution and follow the legal processes available. His voice was steady, but observers noticed the strain behind the calm exterior. For the first time in years, his political authority seemed vulnerable. Monkonyane's statement. Monkonyane stood before microphones with quiet intensity. This is not about humiliation. It is about restoration. No one, no matter how powerful, should be allowed to damage another's life without consequence. For her, this fictional judgment was more than financial compensation. It was symbolic, a declaration that her voice had not been erased. Opposition parties demanded parliamentary inquiries. Members of the ruling party split into factions. Civil society groups debated whether the ruling strengthened democracy or endangered stability. Whispers of resignation circulated. Analysts speculated about leadership challenges. Emergency party meetings stretched late into the night. Was this the beginning of a political realignment? Or mere